The heart of your teams, the heart of Wisconsin. Bally Sports Wisconsin, the heart of the fan.
Welcome to Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute. It's the final game of the 75th Annual WIAA State Baseball Tournament, the Division I Championship, as the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes face off against the Hortonville Polar Bears. It's been a great week of action here at Grand Chute. There you see the road to the championship game. Whitefish Bay last night in the semifinals pounded the top seed Stevens Point 17-0 in 5 innings, while Hortonville defeated Franklin 4-1 to get us to our state championship final today. Hi everybody, thanks for being with us on Bally Sports Wisconsin. Along with Bill Brophy, I'm Jay Wilson. Well, we saw the path to get here, Brophy. The two teams kind of took different ways to get there.
Well, a lot of ways to play baseball, and we've seen them here. Hortonville's done it with pitching. Thomas Burns with a 3-hit shutout against Middleton on opening night. Nate Vila allowed only 1 run against the good Franklin team last night. They've got good pitching. We'll see their number 3 starter tonight against a team that can really hit the ball. That 17-0 win, Whitefish Bay pounded out 20 hits, and they've just bludgeoned clubs, scoring 24 runs in 2 games.
Well, if you're going to have a big offense, a lot of times you need a big player at the top of the lineup, and that guy for Whitefish Bay is Jack Council.
Well, Jack Council grew up hanging around the Brewer clubhouse with some guy named Molitor, and he's the igniter for this team. Yep, that's Craig Council's son, and he's an awful good player. Going to Michigan next year, he's been the best player in the tournament so far, getting on base every time you look up. He's a good one for a team that, again, swings the bat. Burns, we told you about his pitching prowess. He also had a 2 RBI night last night playing left field. He'll go to Arizona State to play ball next year. Both these guys are big timers. A lot of stars will come out tonight. The Grand Chute should be a lot of fun before a big crowd.
Hortonville's the number 2 seed, Whitefish Bay the number 5 seed, but they will play for the Division I championship. Opening lineups and first pitch are just ahead, and Bally Sports Wisconsin. The 2023 WIAA State Baseball Tournament is brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. And by the Wisconsin DOT. Buckle up, phone down, every trip, every time. It's a cool, breezy evening in Grand Chute. Feels more like mid-April than mid-June. There you see the Hortonville Polar Bears in their white uniforms with the red caps taking the field. They won the toss and elected to be the home team. There's Whitefish Bay in their blue with red and white trim. And Jack Council leading off. Boy, the top of that order, it can really hit and make something happen.
Yeah, like 13 hits among the 4 of them last night. They went double to start the game. Stevens Point didn't know what hit them. And again, they pound out 20 hits en route to a 17-0 win. They hit 353 collectively as a team. Here in Grand Chute, the first 2 games, that team overall has hit 470 and scored 24 runs.
Head coach Jay Washinsky with the same lineup that's been so productive, 1 through 9, as this week has gone on. And there's Colden Hunter. He gets the ball for Hortonville.
Well, as you can see, he hasn't pitched a lot. And they're hoping that they can get 3 innings out of Hunter, and then you get to meet a lot of their other pitchers in Hortonville. Again, this Division I tournament, the only one where you play 3 games. You play the quarterfinals. The other divisions play 2 games. So your pitching staff is taxed, and Hortonville turns to Hunter, who's appearing in only his 7th game. This is his 3rd start. He's thrown 16 1/3 innings. And there's an interested spectator in a big crowd here at Fox City Stadium. Half of Hortonville's turned out, and so is Craig Council, the Brewer manager, to watch his son.
Well, the schedule set up nicely for Craig Council, didn't it? Yeah, he's at his son's graduation on Sunday. The Brewers did play Sunday, but an off day Monday, he was here to watch his son. Brewers played in Minneapolis on Tuesday and Wednesday, early Wednesday, so he came and got here for the last 2 at-bats for Jack last night. And again, Craig Council here from the start tonight as the Brewers had another off day today. Okay, here we go. Division I championship, Whitefish Bay and Hortonville. Jack Council stepping in against Colden Hunter. And we are underway. First pitch, low and outside for ball 1. Had a chance to talk to Greg Yeager, the Hortonville head coach, a little bit more about Colden Hunter. He says Hunter moves the ball around, throws strikes. He's not overpowering. And they hope they can get maybe 3-4 innings out of him tonight and then go to the bullpen. Council, bouncer to short. Camden Kunke throws, and they got him. Council retired.
Yeah, nobody's been able to say that much. He was 7 for 10 coming in the tournament, and here's the defense from Hortonville.
Left to right, it's Burns, Mahan, and Fisher for the Polar Bears. Summer, Kunke, that's Camden Kunke. Nate Vila and Hayden Tim, the infield third to first. Turner Kunke is the catcher. And again, Colden Hunter on the mound for Hortonville. Here's J.D. Dix. He's a University of Alabama recruit.
Yeah, he's only a junior, the best junior in the state according to the scouting services. So Dix will be back next year, and then he's committed to Alabama.
Fouled that one off his ankle.
Dix has actually been held in check here. He's 2 for 6, scored 3 runs. Compared to the rest of his mates, he's been pretty quiet, but he's got a sweet swing.
Watches that one go by for a ball, 2-1. We've had some great games, some great championship games already today. Division 4. Ithaca came from 7-0 behind to win over Pecatonica 8-7, that in Division 4. And that one bounced off the ground and hit Dix. So the first base runner for the Blue Dukes.
Dix will take any way on at all here in the first inning. On opening day, the Dukes beat Menominee Falls 7-5 in extra innings. And last night, they would have stopped the fight if it were a boxing match. That was one-sided right from the start.
Again, Stevens Point, the #1 seed, goes down 17-0. Here's Austin Wenke. Wenke, a 3-year letter winner, a captain, 2-time All-Conference. He's committed to Marshall, and he's also an honor roll student, as so many of these players on both teams are.
Wenke hit a 3-run home run last night. He's driven in 6 and hit 556 in the tournament.
There goes Dix. The throw to second won't nearly be in time. That's a stolen base for J.D. Dix.
It's a pretty well-balanced Whitefish Bay team. We told you about how they like to hit the ball. They're also aggressive on the bases. They stole 142 bases in 29 games coming into here. Dix got a good jump and is in safely. During the regular season, Dix was 37 of 39 in stolen base attempts.
Again, Hunter tries to work the outside and missed. And it's 3-0 to Austin Wenke with Charlie McIntyre on deck. Just underway here in the Division I championship. Ball 4.
Hunter with some tournament jitters, it would appear, and he's had some command issues early. He goes for a walk behind the mound prior to facing the cleanup hitter, Charlie McIntyre.
McIntyre, good-looking left-handed hitter. First-team All-Conference outfielder. First pitch from Hunter. He's having a little trouble finding the strike zone right now. Hit a batter and a walk.
McIntyre's just a 9th grader, but yet has the second best batting average in the team at 436.
He's thrown 12 pitches and 10 of them have been balls, and there's number 11. So control issues early for Colden Hunter.
McIntyre 4 for 7 in the tournament. He's driven in a couple runs. He might make Hunter throw a strike.
Wow. 12 balls and 14 pitches for Hunter.
Not a good way to start for the Polar Bear right-hander.
Third baseman Jack Wright on deck. Here's a 3-0. They dared him to throw a strike, and Hunter couldn't. Bases are loaded with 1 out.
And to the mound, goes the Hortonville coach.
And the one guy they got for the one out was Jack Council.
Well, he threw him a strike.
Yeah, well, that helped.
Greg Yeager at the mound trying to settle Hunter down.
Yeah, they're trying to loosen him up. You saw the coach get to the mound, and the first thing he did was smile at him, saying, hey, we're in a spot, but we're here to have your back.
Greg Yeager is a UW Superior grad. In his 9th year as the Hortonville coach. He was an assistant to Don Williams the last time Hortonville got here in the state tournament in 1998.
There's Jack Wright, the third baseman. Well, Greg Yeager told me that he knew Whitefish Bay was going to put up some runs, and the Polar Bears would have to score a bunch tonight too, so part one of that equation seems to be close to happening, although it's still 0-0. And yet another ball off the arm of Colden Hunter. Again, he's only thrown 2 strikes in his 16 pitches so far. That one caught the upper outside edge.
Glenn Wright's going to make him throw a strike before he's going to swing the bat. Jack, good basketball players, 1 for 6 in the tournament. 309 hitter coming into the field here. 20 RBIs. RBI chance here.
Missed again. Here's the next one to Jack Wright. Missed again.
You just can't locate the fastball. There's the recipient of all these free passes. His team is Jay Wojcinski.
He's in his 17th season as Whitefish Bay's head coach. And another walk, and that one will bring home the first run of the game. Dix scores on the bases loaded walk to Jack Wright. 1-0 Blue Dukes. And Colden Hunter just, things have to be just moving so fast and his head has to be spinning. And again, he's only thrown 2 strikes so far. Walked 3, hit a batter. Here's Ben Volpe, the left fielder. That's ball 1.
Whitefish Bay jumped out to a 1-0 lead against Menominee Falls. Scored 4 last night against Superior in the first, or Stevens Point in the first inning.
There's a strike, a sigh of relief for Hunter and the rest of the Hortonville Polar Bears. Ben Volpe is also the quarterback for the Whitefish Bay football team. He has a big chance here in the first inning. Strike 2.
Volpe's 3 for 8 in the tournament with a couple RBIs.
Well, if he could get out of all this with 1 run scoring, that would be remarkable. But there's a long way to go for that yet. Fouled off. So Hunter showing at least a few signs that he can get it in the zone a little better than he has so far. Volpe hitting .306 on the season. Strike 3 looking.
Well, Hunter landed the breaking pitch there, and I don't think Volpe is looking for that, so he takes it for strike 3 call. Yep, you can see Volpe was tied up by that breaker. A big strikeout for Hunter.
So here comes the catcher, Ben Van Bell. Now 2 out. Boy, Hunter's turning this inning around.
Well, he's found a way to throw strikes.
Pretty simple.
Bell's 3 for 6 in the tournament with a couple RBIs.
Thought about coming back, but it didn't quite catch the corner, so 1-1 the count. Now Whitefish Bay is going, man, we got to get more than 1 here. This is in the air to left field. Burns circling. Burns catching. And that retires the side. That could have been a lot worse for Hortonville, but Whitefish Bay does score a run without a hit. 1/2 inning complete, Division I championship. Whitefish Bay won. Here comes Hortonville to bat. Hortonville's about 10 miles from our stadium here. There's so many Hortonville fans. Not only do they have their own section, they have to sit on that beautiful grass berm out in right field. And some of them have even spilled over past the Whitefish Bay cheering section on the third base side. They have had great community support. There's the Hortonville batting border. Brett Summer will lead off with Camden Kunke, Fisher, Turner Kunke, Tim, Burns, Vila, Peters, and Mahan facing tonight's starting pitcher for Whitefish Bay. That's Tyler Andrews.
Well, Tyler, the junior, 6'1", 170 pounds. This is his 11th game, his 10th start. You see his numbers there. He's thrown 5 complete games and 5 shutouts. So he's been effective when given the call, and he gets the ball here in the biggest game of the year for Whitefish Bay as they attempt to win their first ever state championship in spring baseball.
His fastball will be in the low 80s. He'll throw a curve. And he's had some big games in the postseason. He had a no-hitter in their first sectional game. Also had a shutout in the regionals. So he can come up big in the big games, and they'll need a big effort out of Tyler Andrews on the mound tonight for Whitefish Bay. They're the Hortonville Polar Bears.
As a team, they hit .303. They've slugged 15 homers. Joe Fisher is their leader with 4. So does Turner Kunke.
There's Brett Summer. First pitch from Andrews is a strike.
Pretty well-balanced club. They'll steal bases, 88 in 26 games. And again, they've shown the first 2 nights they can pitch it.
Ball to even the count at 1-1. Brett Summer will attend UW Whitewater to play baseball. An honorable mention all-conference selection this year as Hortonville plays in that Fox Valley Association.
Summer 3 for 5 in the tournament. 242 hitter coming into Grand Chute. Got 2 triples up here in the 3-day event.
Didn't go after the high one, so Summer evens the count at 2-2. It'll be Brett Summer, Camden Kunke, Joe Fisher, top 3 of the Hortonville order. Now the count goes full. Here's the 3-2. And Hortonville gets a runner on with a walk. Now Whitefish Bay drew 3 walks in their half of the inning, and now Brett Summer leads off with a base on balls. Take a look at the Whitefish Bay defense. Here's how the Blue Dukes will defend. After the next batter, we'll give you a look at that Blue Dukes defense. Here comes Camden Kunke, the shortstop. He's the Fox Valley Association Player of the Year.
And Van Ball trying to settle his pitcher down.
Now let's take a look at that Blue Dukes defense. Ben Volpe, Sean Callahan, and Charlie McIntyre, the outfield left to right. Good infield, Jack Wright, Jack Council, J.D. Dix, Austin Wenke, third to first. Catcher Ben Van Bell is catching the pitcher Tyler Andrews. 57 degrees at game time. Wind out of the north at 12 miles an hour, so that's a chilly evening if you're watching in the stands.
And also that wind could factor in as it's blowing pretty briskly out to right.
And now Andrews having a little trouble finding the plate as Colton Hunter did. There you see the flags in right center field. Look at that. You got to hit it 405 to get it over that wall in right center. But again, the wind will help you if you can get it there. All right, that's a close call that goes the way of the hitter Camden Kunke.
And Andrews having his own control issues, much as Hunter did at the top half of this inning.
3-0 pitch. Kunke dared him to throw a strike, and he did. Brett Summer on first. He walked to lead off the Hortonville first.
He hasn't been caught stealing all year in 18 tries.
Fouled off. Andrews battling back here for Whitefish Bay. Now the count's full. Boy, look at the sea of red. The Hortonville fans. That's just one side of the facility. Runner goes. Hot shot up the middle. It'll go through for a base hit. Kunke was on the move. Now the ball by Callahan is dropped. That will be a play at second. They got him. Wow. A lot happening on that play. Kunke gets a single up the middle. Summer was on the move with the pitch, goes from first to third. But Callahan, who fumbled the ball for a moment, throws out Kunke trying to stretch to second.
Well, and Yeager held up Summer, even though the center fielder fumbles his ball. Well hit ball here by Kunke, puts a good swing on it, goes right up the middle. Summer easily makes third. There you see the bobble by Callahan, but he recovers in time to get the ball to the second baseman, Dix, who slaps on the tag. So there's one out and a runner on third. Hortonville looking to tie the game here in the first.
Here's Joe Fisher, right fielder. Big sweeping curve, stays high for a ball.
Fisher's the home run leader in this club with 4. Last home run was a 3-run homer that ended the sectional final. It meant the Polar Bears a 10-0 winner over De Pere in a shortened game.
That pitch right down the middle for a strike. Fisher, unanimous first-team all-conference selection in the Fox Valley. He'll attend McHenry County College to play baseball. Good look at 23, Joe Fisher. This one's hit in the air. Right field. McIntyre circling. Has it. Tagging at third is Summer. And we are back to even on a sacrifice fly by Joe Fisher. It's 1-1.
And the moral of this story in the first inning is walks will haunt you.
That's been the story for a long, long time.
But both teams cash in. Fisher with the sac fly. Going up in the wind and right. Easy play for McIntyre, though, but it also easily brought in the runner from third.
Here comes Turner Kunke. It's Camden's brother. Kunke is a great name in Hortonville baseball. Their dad, Jamie, was the winning pitcher in Hortonville's 1987 championship win. Now his sons Camden and Turner are on Hortonville's 2023 team. Oh, 2 to Turner Kunke. This will slice foul and out of play. The first time today the sun is breaking through, and boy, that's going to be a challenge if you're in right field, first base, or second base, because you're looking right into that sun as it lowers toward the horizon. Swinging, strike 3. Down goes Turner Kunke, and that will do it for Hortonville in the first. But Brett Summer walks, advances to third on a single by Camden Kunke, and scores on a sac fly by Joe Fisher. 1-1. Now we showed you the Hortonville-dominated fan base on the third base side. Here's the first base side. Yeah, there's plenty of blue shirts supporting the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes, but then you see way down the line, there's the red of the Hortonvilles again. So bottom line is, this is one of the largest crowd we've seen for a state tournament game here at Neuroscience Group Field.
And there's been some good turnouts in Kimberly Boyd Sun Prairie here. This big crowd I've seen on an autumn-like night.
Yeah.
Got a World Series feel, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Now, one of the complications of a big crowd like that, you guys ran into it last night when your broadcast was done. It took forever to get out of the parking lot, didn't it?
Well, there is that, but good game here. Let's see which pitcher can settle down after a rocky start with the command.
Here's Harry Bortolotti, the designated hitter, to lead off for Whitefish Bay. He's the 8th place hitter. Sean Callahan, the center fielder's next, and then top of the order to Jack Council. Good series for Bortolotti, the DH.
Bortolotti 4 for 8 in this state tournament. Scored a couple runs. 333 hitter on the year.
He goes with the high one and drives it to center field, but Evan Mahan retreats near the warning track to make the catch. Bortolotti put a charge into it, but Mahan able to run it down for the first out. See the sun shining brightly and Mahan going to the sunglasses. That's Jack Council, who's on deck. Before he hits, Sean Callahan will get a chance. His first at bat, the center fielder for the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes. First pitch swinging and fouling is Callahan.
Callahan 1 for 5 with an RBI. You saw his season-long stats. Callahan's a senior.
Strike. If you're just joining us, Colton Hunter had all sorts of control problems in the first inning. He hit a batter, then walked 3 straight, and then found his footing just a little bit better. And now here he is with 1 down and perhaps 2 down, as that's Nate Vila fielding and throwing. So 4 straight retired now for Hunter, as he seems to have settled in nicely. 2 down.
Not the first pitcher to ever struggle in the first inning. Whether it's tournament jitters or just getting used to the mound here at Fox City Stadium, but he just couldn't find the strike zone. Only threw 9 strikes out of 28 pitches in the first inning.
Here's Jack Council. Check swing foul, didn't mean to, but it's going to cost him a strike. Council grounded his short his first time up. That was leading off the game. Both teams scored in the first inning. It's 1-1. Council down the line and fair. He'll round first. He'll go into second, and he'll have a stand-up double. He hesitated just a little bit as he rounded first, but with that speed, he made it to second. Didn't even slide, although it was a fairly close play.
Council hooks this one down the line, puts a good swing on it, and gets past Summer. Burns does a nice job getting over there and cut it off, and I think his dad would have told him to slide.
Yeah, I think so.
But Jackson's second, and he's still the hottest hitter in the tournament now. 8 for 12. That's his second double.
Wow.
Here's Dad along with Council's mother, Michelle.
Strike. J.D. Dix at the plate.
Dick started the control issues for Hunter. He was hit by a pitch and 3 walks followed.
Hot shot. Past the second baseman, Mila. Into right. Council rounding third. Throw is high and wide. Council scores. Dix, he thought about rounding second and getting third, but he'll stay at second. RBI hit for J.D. Dix, and Whitefish Bay in front 2-1.
Dix has such a sweet swing from the left side. And here it is on display. Barreling this one up past the second baseman, Vila. Fisher comes up throwing, but his throws off the mark, and Council with a head-first slide puts Whitefish Bay ahead again.
Well, Council and Dix hit absolute rockets. And they combine for another run.
Council now has scored 6 runs in 3 tournament games.
Here's Austin Wenke. Pitch in the dirt. Dick's going to try to third, and he'll make it. So he adds another 90 feet. He's at third with now 2 outs.
That goes a wild pitch. He hesitated at first, got a good secondary lead, then hesitated before going to third and made it. I think we've got...
Looks like Brett Summer, the third baseman, might have got a shoulder jammed or something. But he's He's taken off his glove, and now he's going to talk to the medical staff.
You can see Burns and Dix know one another well from their travel ball days.
Right.
Here it is. Again, he's a little tardy in a break to third, but he goes in.
Well, did he get stepped on, perhaps? It looked like, the ball hit him. Okay, it looked like the slide might have gone, but yeah, it's the face. You're right. Good eyes in the truck, and looks like it's bleeding inside his mouth.
Athletic staff from Fox Valley comes out to tend to him.
Watch the ball. Oh, wow. Went right by his glove. So there's the throw from the catcher's position, and that gets him flush on the face. Wow. That smarts. Yeah, we told you we've had great championship games so far. Ithaca 8-7 over Pecatonica with a big comeback. St. Croix Falls and Aquinas had a dandy. Looks like Summer's going to be okay at third. 3-1 the final, a game that took less than an hour and a half. And then our Division II final, another dandy. Denmark won their third straight championship in Division II. A 3-2 win in 11 innings over St. Thomas More. Looks like we got a good one developing here in Division I. Okay, back to action. And Hunter returns to action by throwing a strike to Austin Wenke. So J.D. Dix, the runner at third.
Infield halfway on the left side, back on the right side.
Punched foul. That'll go into the grassy area, and the chase is on to get that foul ball.
Again, Hortonville with this defensive strategy saying they think they can score some runs against the Blue Dukes, and they'll concede the run. So Austin Wenke's job is to put the ball in play here.
1-2. Little roller to third. Summer can't pick it up. Another run scores as Dix comes in. Second run of the inning for Whitefish Bay. The lead grows to 3-1.
McIntyre doesn't hit this one hard, but again, he makes contact and forces the defense to make a play. McIntyre's third RBI, or excuse me, Wenke's seventh RBI of the tournament. Wenke gets just enough of this. Summer with a sore mouth, now mad at himself for not being able to come up with it. It's got to be a hit.
I think so. Yep, third hit of the inning. RBI for Wenke. And here's Charlie McIntyre. Little high. Hunter already 44 pitches with 2 outs in the second inning. Charlie McIntyre leads the Blue Dukes in batting average with a .436. Watches that one go by. That was a good effort by Hunter to make it 2-1. Charlie McIntyre, like so many on the Whitefish Bay roster, an honor roll student. Now 3-1.
Couldn't get McIntyre to bite in the off-speed delivery.
McIntyre walked his first appearance in the first. Now he's trying to work another walk at 3-1. But Hunter responds with a strike.
Just a ninth grader hitting cleanup for this hitting machine from Whitefish Bay.
Here we see the runner at first, Austin Wenke. He'll go and hit just foul. Rolls all the way to the right field corner. Wenke will have to return to first. Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes, first time at the Spring State Baseball Tournament. They made a couple of appearances at the State Summer Baseball Tournament through the years. And for Hortonville, this is their 9th trip to the State Baseball Tournament, their first in 25 years. They were Division II champions in 1997, 1998. Also Class B champions way back in 1987. There's ball 4. So another walk for Colden Hunter. This coming with 2 outs, and now 2 on for Whitefish Bay in the second.
And the Blue Dukes have had a lot of traffic on the bases. in the first 2 innings. They stranded 3 in the first, got 2 on with 2 in and 2 out here in the second.
Here's Jack Wright. It's been a long couple of innings for Colton Hunter, the starting pitcher for Hortonville.
No action in the bullpen. Bullpens here at Fox City Stadium are in left center field. But when the minor league team plays, the WI likes to have their bullpens down the lines on the warning track. But there is no activity down the right field or the first base line right now for the Polar Bears.
Jack Wright, the hitter, 2-year letter winner, 2 sports standout, also plays basketball at Whitefish Bay. 3-0 to Wright.
Wright walked and got an RBI in the first inning when Hunter was watching the plate float all over on him.
Looks at the runner at second. Shows bunt, but he was taking, and that's a strike. 53 pitches in less than 2 innings for Colton Hunter. Wright looking for something to hit here on 3-1. Looks at strike 2.
Runners will be off here in this 3-2 delivery.
Again, if Hunter can get out of here with only 2 runs scoring in the inning, that'd be a plus for Hortonville, but they're trailing 3-1 now. Ball 4. Bases loaded again. So after Hunter got the first 2 batters out in the inning, it's been a double, a single, another single, and 2 walks.
Top of the order will do that to you for Whitefish Bay.
It's a familiar story. Join the club, a lot of the Blue Dukes opponents are saying.
But you got to help yourself by throwing strikes. You can't allow as many free passes as he has.
Volpe looks at a strike there. Another 300 hitter in that Blue Dukes lineup. This is the short. Camden Kunke boots it. Run scores. Bases will remain loaded as Wenke comes in. 4-1 Whitefish Bay.
Going to be an error on the shortstop. Kunke will tell you, got to make this play. Bad hop on him to be sure, but I assume that'll be an error.
Yep, they posted the error. Bad formula for Hortonville, giving Whitefish Bay extra outs. Here's Van Bell, the catcher. 3 runs are in the inning. 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors, Whitefish Bay. Hortonville, 1 run, 1 hit, and now 1 error. Good pitch there.
A hit here by Van Bell would open this up in a hurry.
And Van Bell, honorable mention all conference in the North Shore this year. Good stop behind the plate by Turner Kunke. Runners will stay where they are at first, second, and third. Whitefish Bay, the champions of that North Shore Conference. They had a 4-way tie with Grafton, West Bend East, and West Bend West. Swinging strike, 2-2.
This is the 16th batter to hit for Whitefish Bay, even though they've only scored 4 runs.
They batted around here in the second. Foul.
Again, they've had a lot of traffic. And Hortonville has to be somewhat pleased that the score is as close as it is. That's why a 2 out here by Van Bell would be devastating. He's going to ask for time prior to the 2-2 pitch.
So head coach Jay Wolshinski, 17th season as Whitefish Bay, over 300 wins. 24-7 the Blue Dukes on the season so far. Count is full again.
And the runners will be off again.
McIntyre at third, Wright at second, Volpe at first. The 3-2 from Colden Hunter. He walked him. Run scores. Here comes McIntyre. Fourth run in the inning.
And here comes a visit to the mound by Coach Yeager. And that may be it for Hunter.
64 pitches in less than 2 innings for Hunter.
Well, that's 6 walks in 2 innings and a hit batsman. And that's why I think he's going to get an early exit.
Well, he did start throwing more strikes. 34 balls, 30 strikes.
But that stat of 6 walks and a hit batsman, doesn't matter how many pitches you throw. you gotta get outs, and he only got 5 of them. And there will be a pitching change.
Looks like Ethan Peters is going to come into the game and throw for Hortonville.
Get you the numbers on Peters, who's had a good year on the mound. He's had a good year at the plate as well, but Peters obviously, or this is not Peters.
Oh, okay, Camden Kunke. Peters came in to play the field. He was the designated hitter. So yeah, this is Camden Kunke, who's typically their closer.
And that's who they wanted to see last tonight.
Yeah.
Kunke in the year, 2-1 with a 3.89 ERA. His 10th game, 9th in relief. He's got 4 saves in 18 innings. He's allowed 14 hits and 10 earned runs. Has walked 11 and struck out 22. And so Kunke, a senior, going to try to stop the bleeding here. He'll start to receive Bortolotti, who started this inning by flying out to center.
So Camden Kunke in to replace Colden Hunter. Bases are loaded. Harry Bortolotti started off this inning with a fly out to center. And a first pitch strike from Kunke.
Kunke gets it up there pretty good.
He does. Again, Greg Yeager was hoping he wouldn't have to bring Kunke in until, well, best case scenario, the 4th or 5th. But here he is in the 2nd. Job 1 is to get out of this 2nd inning, keeping the score 5-1. Strike 3 on the corner. Bortolotti didn't like the call, but down he goes on strikes. Big inning for Whitefish Bay. They get 4. 1.5 complete. It's 5-1 Whitefish Bay. So just catching up on the position changes, and Camden Kunke coming in to relieve Colden Hunter. Ethan Peters is now the Hortonville third baseman, and Brett Summer moves from third to short. And the Polar Bears come back in the field. Right now they're coming to bat at the bottom of the 2nd inning, and they're going to try to get some runs against that guy, Tyler Andrews. They got 1 in the first, but now they find themselves down 4, 5-1.
Andrews needs a shutdown inning. That would demoralize the Polar Bears, who need to answer after a shaky start in the hill.
Here come the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Hortonville lineup. Hayden Tim, Thomas Burns, and Nate Vila. Here's Hayden Tim, the first baseman. He's listed at 5'9", 220 pounds.
He's a large human. 0 for 4 in the tournament thus far.
Look at that, he's wearing a hoodie under his uniform.
Yeah.
Don't see that all the time. He was wearing a white one last night. Tonight it's red.
It's cool to be sure, but I don't know if it's hoodie worth. A lot of hoodies in the stands. But...
Yeah. 1-1 the count. Those polar bears, one of the great nicknames in the state of Wisconsin. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled. In 1906, Hortonville graduated its first senior class, which had 17 students. And during that time, the athletic events were held at the Hortonville Community Hall and Opera House, where due to the temperature of the facility, it was so darn cold in there, teams earned the nickname Polar Bears, and it stuck from 1906. Another foul. It has been suggested that that's a Bill Belichick hoodie because of the short sleeves and the hoodie part.
I didn't know polar bears or hoodies.
Well, if it's called enough, I guess. Which is a little counterproductive, a little counterintuitive, I should say. Strike three looking. Down goes Tim to start the second.
Second straight whiff for Andrews. Lands that breaking pitch.
In steps Thomas Burns, the left fielder. First pitch swinging. Tough play for Council. It's short, long throw, and it's going to be wide. That's going to be an infield hit for Thomas Burns.
Burns, told you, had a big two-run single in the semifinal win over Franklin. Here's an infield hit. Council makes a nice play just to get to it and gets off the throw. It's a tad offline. Burns is now 3 for 7 in the tournament with the bat.
Second hit of the night for Hortonville. Here's Nate Vila, the second baseman.
Vila, 352 hitter on the year, 0 for 2 thus far in the tournament.
And even 1-1. Whitefish Bay is located in Milwaukee County, of course, in southeastern Wisconsin. And Hortonville, again, about 10 miles from the stadium here in the east central part of the state. Another foul back by Vila. And 1-2 to the Hortonville second baseman.
Vila threw him. Impressive game last night. Held Franklin to 2 hits. Struck out 10 in a complete game.
I asked Greg Yeager what's special about this team than maybe some of the more recent Hortonville clubs. And he says 1 through 9, they've all been coming through all season. In the past, they might have had 6 or 7, but this year, top to bottom, leading to a 25-4 record. Now 3-2.
Nate Vila will play at Winona State next year.
Burns is on first after a 1-out single. Swinging, strike 3. 2 down.
There's swing and a miss by Vila. He threw that by him.
That big cut. Okay, here's Ethan Peters. Started the game as designated hitter. Now he's moved into the field at third base. There's the lead of Burns at first. And a first pitch strike to Peters.
Ethan 1 for 6 in the tournament.
Runner going. Burns. Safe. Stolen base for Thomas Burns. How about that? Running 4 runs down. Made it.
Unconventional to be sure.
Better make it. He did. So he's in scoring position with 2 out. Well, Greg Yeager said he knew they had to score runs, and that's how you do it. Pressing the issue sometimes.
And the running game is part of what Hortonville does. They sold 88 bases during the year. Burns 6 for 6 in stolen base attempts, so Yeager confident in his base running ability.
2-strike pitch to Peters. Wow, that's a beauty. Locked him up. Strike 3. 3rd strikeout of the inning around a base hit by Burns. And there you see the important shutdown inning. 5-1 Whitefish Bay through 2. Tonight's trivia question: how many young Hortonville fans can you get in one chair? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, now 8.
So it arrival, yeah.
8 has jumped in at the end. They're having fun, although the team's down 5-1 as we play in the top of the 3rd inning.
I don't think that group is charting pitches.
I don't think so. I think they're much more concerned about where the hot dogs and popcorn are. Here's Sean Callahan to lead off for Whitefish Bay, and then that dangerous top of the order of Council and J.D. Dix. Whitefish Bay batted around +1 in that 2nd inning when they scored 4 to take the lead.
Cookie's got a little zip on his fastball.
Like that. Strike 3. Down goes Callahan for the 1st out.
Memphis fan, both the hitters he's faced. Good pitch. Inside corner. Fastball that Callahan didn't agree with the call, but he was wrong. The umpire was right. Good pitch.
Here's Jack Council. 1 for 2. He hit a line drive double down the left field line. Came around to score. As his big week continues.
Jack's brother Brady is a sophomore. First finished up his sophomore year at the University of Minnesota. Played every game at shortstop for the Gophers. Playing this summer in the Cape Cod League.
Bounced up the middle. Vila got to hurry and got him. Council's out 4-3. Watch him go. Good play, though. Gets him, and Hortonville now has 2 outs here in the Whitefish Bay 3rd. Here's J.D. Dix.
Dix has scored a couple runs. Hit by a pitch and came in 3 walks later in the 1st inning. Laced a single to right. When Whitefish Bay scored 4 runs on 3 hits and 3 walks in the 2nd inning.
This one's skied. Left center field. It's going to be the left fielder Burns calling it, making the catch. And that retires Whitefish Bay. They go down 1-2-3. But the Blue Dukes still lead 5-1. Young man is sitting in the Hortonville section, so that is a polar bear. But boy, that's a mean-looking polar bear, isn't it? Big fangs.
I don't think I want to ever get up that close to a polar bear.
But look at it. Well, there you see the Roll Tide ad next to him.
Big fan of J.D. Dix.
Alabama recruit. Roll Tide. There's Tyler Andrews.
Stand 4 through the first 2 innings of work. Struck out the side in the 2nd inning when given a 5-1 lead.
2 runs, 2 hits, 1 earned run, and a walk in addition to those 4 strikeouts. So here we go to the Hortonville part of inning number 3. Polar Bears trailing by 4. Evan Mahan, the number 9 hitter. First look at him tonight in the batter's box. And first pitch swinging, lines it past Jack Wright and into left. Good start to the 3rd.
Yeah, solid hit by Mahan to get aboard. Second time in 3 innings, Hortonville gets the leadoff man on. This thanks to a well-hit ball by Mahan.
Hortonville's had a hit in every inning. Up to 3 now. And in steps Brett Summer. Started at third base, started the game at third base, but then moved to short when they made the pitching change. He scored the run off that walk in the first. Hortonville fans trying to get something going here. Quick throw to first. It bounds off the runner, and he hesitates, and now he has to stay there. Throw hit either the runner or kicked off the glove of Austin Wanke. Mahan had thoughts of trying for second, but then I think decided better of it. And with nobody out, want to keep things going here. 2-0 count to Brett Summer. Three and 0.
He's 3-1.
Yeah. Summer digs in again. Hortonville fans chant with their clapping. Another strike. Summer didn't like it.
Turned away from that pitch, but umpire made the right call. Full count.
3-2 coming to Summer. Ball 4. First 2 on for Hortonville in the third.
Summer showed a good eye at the plate. Has walked twice. That walk's going to prompt a mound visit from the coach. Jay Wojcinski doesn't like what he sees with his tough team up 4, handing out free passes. And the meat of the Hortonville order now coming up with 2 on and nobody out.
Good.
Second time through the order, they've had a look at the left-hander. Interesting
Tidbit. Jay Wojcinski played baseball at UW Whitewater, and 2 of his other UW Whitewater teammates from that team were also coaching at this state tournament. Scott Stouty from Burlington and Greg Featherston from Jefferson. So 3 players from those UW Whitewater baseball years brought their teams to the state baseball tournament this week. Here comes Camden Kunke. Big breaking ball, catches part of the plate for strike 1.
Kunke's had a nice tournament, 3 for 6 after his first inning single. Got caught trying to stretch it into a double.
Opportunity knocking for Hortonville here in the third inning. That big bender missed the strike zone, evening the count at 1-1. Up the middle to second for 1, relay, turn, got him, double play.
Dick showing his athleticism there. Makes a nice play, and then a jump throw to first to complete the double play. My goodness.
Mahan gets to third, but what a play by Dix as he grabbed the ground ball, stepped on second, and turned it for the double play.
A lot of high school players do this better. Nice play by Dix. And that diffuses, at least for the moment, the Hortonville third inning rally. They'll need a hit from by Fisher here to bring in a run and keep it going.
Joe Fisher, right fielder, has driven in the only Hortonville run with a sacrifice fly. Andrews loves throwing that curveball. Polar Bears could use a big hit from their right fielder. "12 seniors on this Hortonville roster, 10 juniors. Very experienced. That one's foul. You see the big number 23 in the back of Joe Fisher. And first team all-conference outfielder in the Fox Valley Association for Hortonville. Andrews trying to get out of this third inning. Went with the high hard one, and Fisher couldn't catch up. Strike two.
That pitch up in his eyes.
Now Andrews looks to finish off Fisher and finish off the inning. Fisher gets a piece of it to foul it off. Hortonville was second place in the Fox Valley Association this year behind the champion Kimberly. 16-2 in the conference. The only two losses were to Kimberly. Again, the curveball. Missing outside, 3-2.
Big bender there, but he couldn't land it.
Andrews now up to 53 pitches as we play with 2 outs in the third inning. This one's hit hard to left. Volpe and Callahan over to left center. It'll be the center fielder Callahan making the catch. That retires Fisher and Hortonville in the third. They get a couple of runners, but leave them stranded. Still 5-1 Whitefish Bay. A 4-run second inning, still holding up for Whitefish Bay. 5-1 Blue Dukes as they come to bat in the top of inning number 4. We mentioned some of the great Division I players to come through Whitefish Bay High School over the last couple of years. We mentioned Brady Council, now the starting shortstop or second baseman in Minnesota. Brady Margett, class of 21, All-State, starting at first base at Tulane. DJ Kogis, class of 22, pitching at UW Milwaukee. Michael Lippy, class of 22, he was All-State. He's an outfielder at Louisville. Mitch Voigt, class of 22, Gatorade Player of the Year, starting third baseman and relief pitcher at Michigan, made the Big Ten all-freshman team. Add to that this year, Jack Council committed to Michigan. J.D. Dix committed to Alabama. Austin Wenke committed to Marshall. Quite a resume. Here's Austin Wenke. First pitch in the fourth from Camden Kunke.
It's quite a program. I mean, they got it going. Give Wojcinski a lot of credit.
Strike called.
But they've got a culture now, winning baseball there. And again, you just ticked off all the D1 kids they've had. They take pride in their program.
Late swing will cost Wenke.
No, my daughter told the story. She lived in Whitefish Bay at the time. She was out walking the dog. The Indian Summer Monday after the Brewers lost to the Dodgers in that 7-game playoff series back in, 2018?
Right.
Walked by the field, and who was throwing batting practice to probably this group of kids, but Craig Council.
Is that right?
2 days after getting eliminated in Game 7. He was out there, and again, I assume it was many of these kids. They were then, U12 players, but that's what you get when you actually have a culture of baseball. And this is in October on a nice day. A lot of kids aren't thinking baseball, but there they were out there trying to hone their skills. Remember her telling that story. She was more than a little impressed. We met at Game 7, and there 2 days later in her neighborhood, she's seeing the manager out working with these youngsters.
And to speak to Craig Council for a bit, you talked to the Whitefish Bay people, and they were telling us that that's who Craig Council is. That's the kind of things he does. He's in their open practices occasionally. He and his wife Michelle do so much in the Whitefish Bay community. And of course, Craig himself invested in Whitefish Bay as he went to Whitefish Bay High School. The baseball field named after him. Here's a pop-up. This will be right on the line and float into foul territory. Hayden Tim makes the catch to retire Austin Lincoln.
Second time the leadoff man has been retired. Actually, the third time the leadoff man has been retired in 4 innings. Kunke's done a nice job of settling things down for Hortonville.
Now we'll see if the Polar Bears can get something going offensively against Tyler Andrews, too. Charlie McIntyre up. First pitch strike. This one's rolled to the right side. Vila throws to Tim. 2 up, 2 down here in the Whitefish Bay 4th.
Kunke's retired all 6 batters he's faced.
Third baseman Jack Wright will try to keep this 4th inning alive for Whitefish Bay.
He's walked twice, drove in a run with the bases loaded walk in the first.
Well, Whitefish Bay has certainly had results in the field. 26-3 last year with that great senior class. 3 seniors going on to play Division I baseball from that team. This year, 24-7. That one somehow did not hit Jack Wright. Goes back to the screen. But those coaching staff was telling me that something special about this team is what a close-knit group they are, how together they are. That's certainly been part of the formula to get them to 24-7 and into the Division I state championship game, of which they're leading 5-1. Off the end of the bat, that'll be fouled back to the screen, and the count remains 1-2 to Jack Wright.
12 seniors on that Blue Duke roster.
Strike 3 looking. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Dukes in the 4th. Great inning for Camden Kunke. Now let's see if the Polar Bears can have some offense. They're trailing 5-1. Some of the young fans enjoying a cool but comfortable evening here in Grand Chute.
They're on that slide out in left field.
Oh yeah, that's the slide.
They renovated the ballpark here with the Timber Admirals play in the Midwest League, and beautiful ballpark before that. Even nicer now after the off-season renovations. They put in a slide fashioned after Bernie Brewer's slide at American Family Field. Those youngsters were at the top of the slide before going down. But they've also spruced up the party deck in right field. They've made a lot of changes here, and I'm told the clubhouse is much bigger, and the amenities down there are now at a big league level.
And now when everything's open, you can actually walk completely around the outside of the ballpark. And it's a great view from on top of that slide down to the field. Beautiful.
Did you go out there?
No, Bob Brainerd was out there. He went down the slide. He showed me a picture of a view from up there, and it was pretty neat. Turner Kunke leads off for Hortonville.
I knew Brainerd went down the slide. I was a little surprised to hear that you were talking about the view from up top.
It will be a cold day in Appleton when I get down that slide, I'll tell you that. My thrill-seeking days are over. Yeah, that would be today, wouldn't it? A cold day in Appleton. Darn it. The pitch missed.
Turner Kunke struck out in the first.
Popped up. Austin Wenke has it in foul territory. First out of the 4th. One of the greatest bargains in Wisconsin history was the purchase of the land for Hortonville, Wisconsin. 1848, guy got 1,500 acres from the governor of Wisconsin for 70 cents an acre. The guy's name was Alonzo Horton, and he named it Hortonville.
Oh, that's pretty good deal.
70 cents an acre for 1,500 acres.
In 1848.
Well, yeah, inflation. Here's Hayden Tim. Tim with a strikeout looking. Pop this one up. Counsell says he's got it. Into the outfield grass. 2 up, 2 down, and the Polar Bears fourth.
And thanks to that slick double play by Dix, Andrews is now retired 5 in a row.
Okay. So the Polar Bear offense stuck in neutral right now and scored their run way back in the first inning. Here's Thomas Burns. He's certainly capable of getting something going. Has one of the 3 Hortonville hits. Fouled right field side. Whitefish Bay has done a good job of keeping that big Hortonville crowd quiet.
Yeah, they need a spark to get the crowd in the game, get their dugout in the game. Give Andrews credit for that. He was walked as one, and that fellow Summers came around to score back in the first. He's only allowed 2 hits, looking for his first clean inning.
And Burns will hit one into center field for a base hit, keeping the 4th inning going for the Polar Bears.
Second hit for Burns. Set at the top, and told you he's going to go to Tempe to play for Arizona State next year. His fastball, which tops 90, is what attracted the Sun Devils, but he's a good hitter.
Yeah, boy, and he's got awards. First team all-conference the last 2 years. He was the Fox Valley Association co-pitcher of the year the last 2 years. Post-Crescent Player of the Year last year, Thomas Burns. He's at first now with 2 outs. Big swing, and Nate Vila comes up empty. Strike 1.
Burns now 4 for 8 in the tournament.
Nate Vila, the other FVA co-pitcher of the year. There's a little looper behind first, and it'll slice foul. Wenke gave it a look, couldn't catch up with, but it's a strike.
Hortonville is now out hit Whitefish Bay 4-3.
Both teams scored a run in the first inning, but Whitefish Bay came up with 4 in the second. That's still the difference. This is the Division I championship. Strike 3. 2-out single for Thomas Burns, and he's stranded right there at first base. We have played 4 complete. Whitefish Bay still leading by 4. The wait continues for the Hortonville fans to have their Polar Bears start clicking offensively. Tyler Andrews, the pitcher for Whitefish Bay, has slowed down that thought. There you see the scores from earlier today. Again, Ithaca came from 7-0 down in the 5th to beat Pecatonica in Division 4. St. Croix Falls in a well-played game, 3-1 over Aquinas in Division 3. Denmark wins its 3rd straight title in Division 2. And Whitefish Bay leading Hortonville 5-1 as we begin the 5th inning here for the Division 1 title.
Second title for Ithaca. They get 4 in the 9th or 4 in the 7th to break Pecatonica's heart. St. Croix Falls, a runner-up a year ago, wins its first state title in Division 3, and like you said, a memorable extra inning game prior to this one in Division 2. That's quite an accomplishment. The three-peat. Denmark got her going in baseball in this state.
Conkey continues to pitch. That's Camden Conkey as he relieved the starter Colden Hunter.
And he continues to fill the zone. Struck out 3 and retired every batter he's faced, all 7 of them.
In fact, those 3 straight titles by Denmark's only the 3rd time that's happened in the 75-year history of this tournament. Nakusa won Class B titles from 1980 to 1982, and more recently Sun Prairie won 3 Division I titles, 2012 to 2014. So add Denmark to that list. There's a strike 3 to Ben Volpe. They'll have to throw down to first to get him. They do, and it's 1 out with a strikeout of Volpe here in the 5th.
And add Volpe to the strikeout list. This guy's a mass. That's 4 4 strikeouts. Now among the 8 hitters he's faced.
Yeah, he's been good. Ben Van Bell next for Whitefish Bay. Starts him out with a strike. Sun Prairie has the most state championships in state tournament history with 9. Appleton West next with 7. There's a fly ball to right. Fisher long run. Foul ball. Just foul.
Just foul.
Boy, Van Bell went all the way to second. He thought it was fair.
Well, the wind's blowing it that way, and I think the wind might have blown it foul. But here it comes. It's going to go very close to the line, and that angle's tough to tell.
Very close.
We don't have replay in high school baseball yet.
Oh, boy. Can of worms. First base umpire, though, had a great look at it. He was well down the line. So that will be the call, and the count now 1-1. Make it 1 and should be 1-2, I believe. Yep, to Ben Bell. Thought about it, held up, watched the ball go by. Strike 3. Well, Van Bell was pretty unhappy with a couple of calls there. Didn't like the foul fair call. Didn't like that called 3. Strike 3, and
pulled the string on him, and
look at his reaction.
Yeah, he's got to work with that umpire though when he's behind the plate catching. So
yeah. 2 down.
Good pitch though. He'd shown him the cheese and then comes back with the off speed, and Van Bell wasn't ready for it.
Boy, and Camden Kunke continues to roll. 2 quick outs here in the 5th.
First batter he faces Bortolotti, and he struck him out looking.
And just keeps pouring it in that strike zone. Gets it. Gets the sign. And here we go. Foul.
Whitefish Bay had collected 20 hits last night against top-ranked Stevens Point, won 17-0. They bunched all 3 of their hits tonight in the second inning when they scored 4 runs.
Bortolotti gets a piece, staying alive at 1-2. 0 for 2 on the day, in addition to that called 3rd strike. In his last at bat, he hit a fly ball to center. 0 for 2. And a called strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Volpe, Van Bell, and Bortolotti all go down via the strikeout. It stays 4.5 complete. 5-1 Whitefish Bay. Well, Whitefish Bay has only 3 base hits, but they have 5 runs and have the lead.
Getting late early for the Polar Bears.
Sure is.
They need something to happen offensively. Andrews has been awfully good on the mound. He hasn't had a clean inning yet, but also since the first inning run, nobody's been passed. Well, I take that back. Got a runner to third base in the 3rd, but he's hit pretty effortlessly out there on the mound. Craig Yeager'd like to be a little busier down coaching third base.
Sure would. That big Polar Bear crowd is just waiting for something to cheer about, but not yet. That's the Hortonville dugout. They'd like to see something develop here too. Let's see if it can happen in the 5th for the Polar Bears. There's Ethan Peters to lead off.
Peters 1 for 7 in the tournament. Struck out his only AB tonight.
First pitch to him missed. He'll attend the College of Lake County to play baseball. There's honorable mention all conference as a utility player in 2022. Fouled out of play, right side. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors, Whitefish Bay. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for Hortonville. Up the middle, past the pitcher. Council, tough play. Couldn't get out of his glove, but still got him out at first. Well, Council stayed with the play and retired Peters.
He is so good. And they're so good up the middle. With Council at short and Dix at second. We saw Dix make his athletic player. Look at Council here. Keeps his poise even though he has trouble getting the ball out of his glove and throwing on the run to get the leadoff hitter Peters by a half step. Both those guys so smooth. They're so strong up the middle. Most good teams are.
This is Evan Mahan. That's funny. You hear about somebody like Jack Council, you rarely get a chance to see him unless you're living in that area. But when you see him at state, and you have high expectations when you see him. But when you see a guy like that play, or Dix, boy, the first time you look at him, you're like, yeah, there's something special. There's just something about him.
He's a ball player, to be sure.
Popped up, foul territory. Who's going to get it? Oh, the first baseman, Wenke. Austin Wenke with a nice catch. 2 down. And again, everybody keeps waiting for the Polar Bears offense to string a couple hits together, but tell you what, Tyler Andrews isn't letting that happen.
Left-handers kept him off balance. Only fan 3, but he's let his defense do the work. Poor, you struck out.
And here's a new hitter. Xander Losi is a 5'10", 150-pound junior.
Xander, 200 hitter. This is his first AB in the state tournament.
Right, he's in there for Brett Summer. He's the guy that got hit in the face with the ball earlier. So you wonder if something developed with Brett Summer, the leadoff hitter for Hortonville.
He walked twice and scored the only run of the game for Hortonville.
Watches that one go by for ball 2. Yeah, so Summer's the guy who, again, was the leadoff batter, scored the only run for Greg Yeager's Hortonville Polar Bears tonight. Losi replaces him here in the 5th.
The appeal are unsuccessful. Count goes 3-1 to this junior.
Well, maybe somebody off the bench can start the engine for Hortonville. And after that high one. Full count to Losi. 2 down here in the 5th. Strike 3. Down goes Losi. 1, 2, 3 go the Polar Bears. Nothing's new. Same story. Whitefish Bay 5. Hortonville 1. You see Whitefish Bay had a 5-0 lead in the 2nd inning, and Camden Kunkey has kept it that way. 3 1/3 innings, he's given up nothing and struck out 6, 31 strikes and 44 pitches, and 3 1/3 for Camden Kunkey.
Craig Council looks more relaxed there than what you see usually on the lower patch.
Yeah. Well, there was a great article in the Milwaukee Journal Sun about how Craig Council just really enjoys being a dad this week at Fox City Stadium. He's out there sitting with the rest of the Whitefish Bay folks.
Jack Tretton is going to pinch hit here for Callahan. The lead off the 6th.
Number 10, Jack Trettin, senior, 5'10", 165. Well, bet for Sean Callahan.
His first AB in the state tournament. It's a courtesy runner and scored a run during the merry-go-round against Stevens Point last night.
And Kunke has been getting ahead of a lot of batters. Suddenly falls behind the pinch batter, Tretine, 2-0.
He'd only made one start all year. You got to wonder how long he can go. Been a reliever with 4 saves, but he has pitched awfully well in relief tonight when called on very early.
Until this batter, 3-0. There's strike.
No, he retired all 10 guys he's faced.
Chop to third. Here comes Peters throwing. Oh, nice play. Ethan Peters throws out Tretine, but barely. One out.
Good jump on this ball and come in on it and throw on the run. A dart to first.
Actually, that's Xander Losey who's at third now.
Yeah, some are out of the game. You're right. Perhaps the ball he took in the mouth is taking its toll.
Top of the order, here's Council. Working on a 1-for-3 night with a run scored. Time called. Now, Kunke, as we said, has been cruising, but Colton Hunter, the starter for Hortonville, didn't have quite as much success. This has popped up. Foul. Hunter started, went an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 5 runs, 3 of which were earned, and walked 6. Hit a batter too. And right now that hole has been a little too big to climb out of for Hortonville. Council to third. Losey. Long throw. Got him. Hey, how about Losey at third? Couple of nice plays.
How about Council getting down the line, though?
Yeah,
he
that's
made
true.
that close on the routine grounder to third.
Well, looks like Losey even mishandled that a little bit.
Had trouble getting the ball out of his glove, and throw barely beats Council.
Call by the first base umpire. Here's a hot shot by Dix. It'll fall in front of Mahan for a base hit.
Well, he just got such a sweet swing.
Boy, that's a sweet sound off the bat, too.
It's now 2 for 4 tonight. 4 for 10 in the tournament.
Look at this. Whoa. That'll work.
Dix has scored a couple runs. He's on first with 2 out.
To Austin Wenke.
And again, that's the first base runner Whitefish Bay has had since the second inning.
Again, they've taken care of Jack Council pretty well at the top of the order. He's 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored, but you know, he's had a lot bigger games than that. Problem is, everybody else can do something in that lineup.
Well, that's only their 4th hit, though. I mean,
Yeah,
they've been
that's
out.
true.
They haven't swung the bat anywhere near like they did last night, thanks to work of Kunke in relief.
Yeah. But they got a lot of runners early, a lot of walks.
A lot of gifts, yeah.
There goes the runner, and there goes a line drive to center. It's in front of Mahan for a hit. Dix hesitated for a moment. Now he'll pull into third. It's going to be first and third with 2 out after a base hit from McIntyre.
Well, that
Second,
was
Wenke.
Wenke with his
Yep.
second hit of the game. And again, another well-struck ball to center. Dix did have a hiccup as he got to the bag, but makes it to third where he rests with 2 outs.
Now here comes Charlie McIntyre. Part of that 4-run second inning, walked and scored. Whitefish Bay trying to add on here in the top of the 6th.
Winky now 7 for 12 in the tournament with 7 RBIs.
Nobody's scored a run since the top of the 2nd when Whitefish Bay got 4. It's been 5-1 ever since.
That looks like he's tiring now. Against some good hitters, you pay the price.
McIntyre fouls it back. 1-2. Jay Wyszynski's team perhaps closing in on a Division I title. It'd be their first in the spring state tournament in their first appearance.
Beat Marquette to get here 3-0 in this section. They came out of a tough section. They got the runner between first and second. They're trying to steal a run here.
And here comes the runner home. And now they'll chase that runner back to third. And Wenke will get to second.
So give Wenke a stolen base. Obviously a planned play. He was wanting to get into a rundown there and force Hortonville to execute. There you can see he trots down to the second. Hunky keeps his poise. Guess he should have run right at him. And the rundown ensues, and the end result is runners at second and third.
Now here's a good RBI chance for McIntyre with second and third, but there are 2 outs. And now McIntyre behind in the count, 1-2. Hunky's up to 60 pitches now. Trying to stay sharp even though he's getting late in his appearance. Fouled off. Still 1-2. Jack Wright on deck, hoping to get a chance here to bat as well in the 6th. This is back to the mound. Kunke off to field it, shovels to first. That will do it for Whitefish Bay in the 6th. Couple of hits, but 2 left. 5.5 complete Division I championship. Whitefish Bay 5, Hortonville 1. Just about sunset here at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium. Bill Brophy, Jay Wilson with you on Bally Sports Wisconsin. There's Tyler Andrews, who's been very effective on the mound as the starting pitcher for the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes.
For the record, Callahan re-enters the game and will play center field after exiting for a pinch hitter last inning. Yeah, the lights have been on all day. It was pretty gloomy this morning, but the lights are taking full effect here right now as we play the late innings of Championship Thursday.
Tyler Andrews' numbers through 5 innings. He's allowed 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. There you see the lights, new lights here at Neuroscience Group Field.
All part of that renovation we alluded to earlier.
Lighting these days is really cool. It's so directional. It goes right at the field. And if you're on Highway 41, you can hardly tell that. You look up at the light standards, you can hardly tell the lights are on. You can see the illumination on the field. But
Hortonville trying to get their guys going under the bright lights. This is the meat of their order. 2, 3, and 4 hitters here against Andrews.
That's Camden Kunke leading off, and a big curveball drops in from Andrews for strike 1. Camden Kunke, Joe Fisher, Turner Kunke. Scheduled here in the 6th. Quickly 0-2 to Camden Kunke. Has one of those 4 Hortonville hits. Didn't chase. 1-2. Ithaca, St. Croix Falls, and Denmark have won state championships so far today here in Grand Chute. Whoa, that one just slipped out of the hand of Andrews. 2-2.
Catcher Van Ball said settle down.
Yeah. Hot shot, base hit, right field. Maybe that'll get the Polar Bears going. A clean single by Kunke.
Second hit of the night for Kunke, who's been awfully good here in Grand Chute. Goes the other way, shoots this one to right field. Kunke now 4 for 8 in the tournament.
So Kunke's at first. Andrews try to keep him fairly close. Looks over, now delivers to Joe Fisher. That one hangs outside, ball one, and
it's the same pitch he couldn't get over before, and Van Ball going to try to suggest maybe something wrong with his mechanics. Certainly he's been effective landing that breaking pitch tonight, but not the last 2 times. It's first baseman Winky coming over as well to try to settle down the junior.
Joe Fisher's a .333 hitter on the season. All the wheels are turning here late in the Division I championship game.
No activity in the bullpen, though. Looks like Andrews a man for Whitefish Bay.
Barely missed inside. 2-0 the count to Fisher.
Fisher's 1 for 6 with an RBI in the tournament.
To the left side, Wright has it, throws to second for 1. To Dix covering, and that takes care of Camden Kunke. Joe Fisher will reach on the fielder's choice, but 1 out here in the 6th.
Another mature play by Dix. They get the force, and he didn't even think about throwing to first.
There's the other Kunke brother, Turner Kunke, cleanup hitter. Strikeout and a foul out for number 11 tonight.
Turner 1 for 7 here in the tournament.
This one's in the air. Long run for the second baseman Dix. The outfielder McIntyre, the first baseman Wenke are all there, and none of them can get it.
And the wind's blowing the ball that way. Tough chance anyway.
Yeah.
There you can see the wind blowing left to right.
Yeah, that's about as strong as it's been all week.
Oh, no question. All day today.
Yeah.
It's that way, and hadn't been that way in the previous 3 days of this new 4-day tournament format.
This one's hit to right. This will stay in play. McIntyre makes the catch. 2 out. Andrews continues to baffle the Polar Bears bats.
Yeah, they get the leadoff man on, but they haven't been able to advance him past first.
Now his pitch count up to 89. Obviously, 100 is the magic number. If he gets to 100, he'd be able to finish that at bat.
But that shouldn't be a factor till either later this inning or next inning.
Here's Tim. First pitch swinging, foul. Tim hasn't gotten it out of the infield tonight. Strike 3 looking, and a pop out to short. Again, only the 3rd time. We're only halfway through the 3rd time through the order for Hortonville as we play in the bottom of the 6th. Both teams with 5 hits, but again, all those walks issued by the Hortonville starter came back to bite him.
Tim 0 for 6 in the tournament.
One and 2. Tim, honorable mention all conference at first base this year. Off the fist, roller to second. Dix is going to win the race to first himself. J.D. Dix takes care of matters into his own hands for the out. A leadoff single by Kunke, but again, Hortonville comes up empty. Top of the 7th coming up, 5-1 Blue Dukes. Well, we had 6 runs scored in the first inning and a half. We thought we were going to have perhaps an explosion this evening, but that's been it. Nothing but zeros after that. Camden Kunke's been very effective in relief for Hortonville.
Very effective. He helped add stability to the game, and Andrews has been good really all night.
So we're in the 7th. Jack Wright, Ben Volpe, and Ben Van Bell ready to go against Camden Kunke.
Now, Andrews has kept Hortonville out balance all night, as you've alluded to. The crowd never got into it. There really hasn't been much energy. They've had a base runner in every inning, except one. But they've never had more than one base runner in any inning since the first.
Foul outside of third.
And you can see the bullpen has been activated for Whitefish Bay, as that pitch count will come into effect next inning.
That's McIntyre, who's been playing right field, warming. At the plate, it's a 2-2 count. And now 3-2 to Jack Wright. Leading off the 7th for Whitefish Bay. Strike 3. Wright's a strikeout victim for the second time tonight. Here comes left fielder Ben Volpe. Hortonville in the bottom of this inning, what could be their last chance. 6, 7, and 8 scheduled. Thomas Burns, Nate Vila, Ethan Peters. Kunke gets ahead of another batter with a 1-strike count to Volpe. And that one bends in for strike 2.
Kunke has struck out 6, allowed 2 hits both last inning. And he hadn't walked anybody. He's come in and thrown strikes.
Volpe doesn't bite on that one. Nor that one, 2-2. Strike 3 on the outside. 2 down.
Van Volpe now both times. And again, he silenced a group that had 20 hits last night.
Yeah.
Scored 17 runs against Stevens Point.
Here's Ben Van Bell, the catcher.
I mean, that's baseball. You see it from night to night. Things can be so drastically different, but you got to tip your hat to Kunke, who's been awfully good coming in and out of the, not out of the bullpen as much as out of shortstop.
Right. That time he almost fell down on his follow through. He's okay though. Pitch missed low and in the dirt, so 2-0 the count to Van Bell.
Kunke will play in the All-Star game in Oshkosh next weekend. 10 Wisconsin, Milwaukee.
Strike.
Only Division I baseball college in the state.
And Van Bell again pained by the ball strike call. And again. 2-2. You better swing at this one, huh? Okay, they're just double checking the count. 2-2 is correct. Scoreboard says 3-1. That's the issue.
Scoreboard operator probably agreed with Van Ball.
Now everybody agrees it's 3-2. Time called.
One ball from the Ryan Braun School of calling for time to adjust the gloves that we all miss so much under the new rules.
Nothing moves the game along like the Ryan Braun adjustment foul ball. He's spinning the ball in his pitching hand. Shakes off one side, now agrees. And off the end of the bat, that'll stay foul. Harry Bortolotti, the designated hitter, waiting on deck. 2 outs here in the 7th with nobody on. strike three. Guess what?
Just the body language of ball. You hate to laugh, but he's been punched out twice, and he's definitely had problems with the umpire. Go to the bottom of the seventh. Whitefish Bay needs 3 outs to win.
Well, thankfully, the heavy equipment has now arrived late in our game.
And Andrews going out there finally to begin his warm-up tosses for the bottom of the seventh. He's pitched awfully well and pitched Whitefish Bay to the verge of their first ever Division I spring baseball championship. Again, they made it the summer baseball tournament twice. But this would be historic for the Blue Dukes.
Yeah, he just got to the mound to take his warm-up pitches again. Charlie McIntyre is warming up the bullpen. We thought he might come in since Andrews' pitch count's in the 90s, but McIntyre is still in right field, and Andrews is still on the mound for the Blue Dukes.
And I think his coach figures he deserves to have a chance to finish what he started. He's been awfully good. And Wojcinski gives him the ball for the 7th inning. Jay Wojcinski 7th among all-time wins in the state. Obviously would be winning his first title ever as well. It's been an accomplishment for a veteran coach. And I'm sure he's got butterflies in his stomach just thinking about what could transpire here.
If you saw any of the Ithaca-Pecatonica game, you'd know how difficult those final outs are.
Ithaca scored 4 in the 9th, the bottom of the 7th, to come from behind and steal a win there from Pecatonica.
Now the Hortonville fans know the time is now. Here's a pretty good guy to have it get started if it's going to get started. Thomas Burns leading off. First pitch from Andrews rides high. Ball 1.
He's had Andrews' number tonight. Singled twice, once in the hole to deep short and line single to center.
Andrews' pitch count now 95. And there's a strike. Good night for Burns.
Good tournament for Burns.
That one's hit hard to left. Way back, but it's going to die on the warning track. And there's Volpe to make the catch for the first out.
So Burns gives it a ride. Again, he's probably been their best hitter here. He and Kunke, 4 for 9. The tournament, he also threw a 3-hit shutout on the mound on day 1 against Middleton. He just missed that one. Well, it's a loud first out for Whitefish Bay here in the 7th.
So Hortonville down to their final 2 outs. Here's Vila. Andrews misses high with the first one, 1-0.
As troublesome as Burns has been to Andrews, the left-hander has had Vila's number, striking him out twice.
That one's in the zone, 1-1. Ethan Peters, the scheduled on-deck hitter for Hortonville. Pitch number 99 for Andrews.
The rules say he'll be able to complete this hitter, and then he will have to come out of the game.
Swinging strike 2. So there is number 100.
Blue Dukes fans on their feet.
Fouled back.
Even taking a deep breath. He knows any way at all he's got to get on.
In the air, center fielder Sean Callahan calling. 2 down in the 7th. Hortonville down to their final out.
And the fans will stay on their feet. In fact, they're being encouraged to do so by the Blue Dukes dugout to give a standing ovation to that guy. Andrews has been good. He certainly has done his job and given his team a chance to win a state title.
Final total is 102 pitches for Andrews.
But more importantly, only one run.
Yeah. Boy, and
4 hits. And look at that young junior.
come on, he says. That's got to be a great feeling. All your buddies congratulating you. A few hugs in there. Boy, Tyler Andrews has put the Blue Dukes in a great position.
So Charlie McIntyre's a ninth grader is going to come in to try to get the last out. On the year, McIntyre 3-0 with a 243 earned run average. This is his 8th game, 6th in relief. He's thrown 2 complete games and a shutout as a starter. In 23 innings, this left-hander has allowed 25 hits, just 8 earned runs, has walked 5 and struck out 11. And again, it is his job to get the last out and give Whitefish Bay their first ever Division I state championship. No pressure for a 9th grader.
Oh, yeah, just come on and finish it up for our first state title.
But I'm sure, and he knew about it at the start of the inning. Again, he warmed up when his club hit in the top of the 7th. I'm sure the coach told him about the pitch count situation with Andrews, so he's not surprised to get the call, and now he has to retire Ethan Peters, who's 0 for 2 tonight.
Well, he's got some wiggle room. Whitefish Bay up 4. And it will be Ethan Peters, the last chance for Hortonville.
Peters 1 for 8 in the tournament.
First pitch from McIntyre is high for ball 1. Defense playing Peters straight up. Dropped a little low there, 2-0. Strike call. The 2-1. Foul, 2-2. They're down to their final strike. Here comes McIntyre. Foul. They try it again, 2-2.
They're still trying. McIntyre wants him to hit his way on. Doesn't want to give him a freebie. So he's still in the zone.
Another foul.
Peters hanging tough.
And the Hortonville run was scored in the first inning. They got 1 runner on in the second. They got 2 runners on in the third. But that was wiped out by a double play. They got 1 in the fourth, none in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. They just haven't been able to string anything together. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3. It's over. The Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes, Division I state champions.
They do it in different ways. Last night they bludgeoned the #1 team in the state. Stevens Point 17-0 on a 20-hit attack. Beat Menominee Falls in extra innings in the quarterfinals on Monday. And tonight in a pitcher's duel, they beat Hortonville 5-1 behind 2 left-handers, Andrews and McIntyre. There are your state champs, and that's a state championship hug.
5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Whitefish Bay. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for Hortonville. And in their first trip to the spring state baseball tournament, the Blue Dukes win their first state championship. And
here's a proud dad.
And proud mom, yeah? How about that?
And that's a lot of trips to Little League games throughout the country, throughout the state. And there's Jack Council, who's the leader for this club. He had more hits than anybody else in the tournament. Only one tonight, but won 8 for 14 in the tournament. Had a couple doubles, a triple, 4 RBIs, and scored 6 runs. He makes his team go. And Whitefish Bay went all the way to the championship.
So a great season comes to an end for Hortonville, second place in the state, a 25-5 final record. And Whitefish Bay finishes the year 25 wins, 7 losses, and the Division I state baseball championship.
They were the 5th seed in the tournament, and leaving Grand Chute as number 1.
We're hoping to talk to Jack Council here in just a little bit as the Blue Duke celebration continues. They came in as the number 5 seed, but they end up with the state championship, knocking off the number 1 and 2 seeds along the way. Stevens Point last night and Hortonville tonight. All right, we understand Jack Council is ready for our post-game interview on the field. Jack, we got Bill Brophy and Jay Wilson up in the booth. Can you hear us? Hi, Jack. Jay Wilson, Bill Brophy upstairs. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Well, last night a 17-0 win. Today you get up 5-1 and have to play defense and get some great pitching. It's a mark of a good team finding different ways to win, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's the best feeling in the world. Best feeling in the world.
You wear the yellow shoes, that means people look at you. I think everybody knows your last name, too. What's it like to win a state title with your dad here?
It's awesome. I mean, he doesn't get to catch me play that much, so the fact that he got to see all 3 games from me is incredible. It just makes it even better.
Jack, the last couple of years you've had so many great Division I recruits. What's something special about this team? Why did it happen this year?
Yeah, man, there's been a lot of talent to come through this program. You know, a lot of it's just the work ethic of people in Whitefish Bay. You know, it's been slept on for a couple of years, but I mean, I can't believe it right now. I'm in shock right now.
We've called you the igniter for this team. Was Mauder your favorite player growing up?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I see you get 8 hits. We've been calling you the igniter for this offense. Is Mauder your favorite player growing up?
No, but I actually have a jersey in my room right now. So.
Who was your favorite player growing up?
I gotta say my dad.
You better say your dad.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Jack, congratulations and thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right. No, my favorite was Cecil Cooper.
I think he gave the right answer. Yeah. That's why he's the state champion.
Well, an impressive run for Whitefish Bay leads to the Division I championship. We'll be back for some final thoughts at Fox City Stadium in a moment. The 2023 WIAA State Baseball Tournament is brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. And by the Wisconsin DOT. Buckle up, phone down, every trip, every time. Time now for our play of the game, brought to you by the Wisconsin DOT as we await for the awards presentation of the state championship trophy to Whitefish Bay. Again, play of the game, Wisconsin DOT. Remind you, buckle up, phone down, every trip, every time. Defense by Jack Council.
Yeah, we talked about what he's done with the bat. He flashes the leather as well. It's short, and J.D. Dix at second base are as good up the middle as any high school team you'll see. They're also the state champs. Council, again, electric at that leadoff spot, but he can play shortstop. His brother does it in Minnesota. Council will bid for a job with Michigan next year, and he'll go with the gold medal that he's about to receive from the WIAA. Again, a balanced team. They can beat you a lot of ways, and they showed that here in Grand Chute this week.
Well, it's been a great championship Thursday here at the WIAA State Baseball Tournament. Again, to recap what has happened early this morning, looked like Pecatonica was on its way to its first state baseball championship. The Vikings were leading Ithaca 7-0 through 4.5 innings, but Ithaca scored 1, 3, and 3 to win it by a final of, 1, 3, and 4 to win it by a final of 8-7. So Ithaca wins its second state championship. Division III, St. Croix Falls and Aquinas played just a spiffy game. Well played by both teams, but the Saints are the winners 3-1.
They were the runner-up last year. Dylan Smith was a losing pitcher a year ago in Cuba City won. He's the winning pitcher today. He was really good in that game.
Great battle between Denmark and St. Thomas More in Division II. But the Vikings of Denmark win at 3-2-11. They become only the third team to win 3 straight baseball championships. And Whitefish Bay has just knocked off Hortonville by a final of 5-1 to take Division I tonight. Boy, there's a guy, Tyler Andrews, 6 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts.
The senior-laden team at Whitefish Bay, but Andrews will be back next year, and he'll be still wearing that medal he just got.
I think so. There's some of the Whitefish Bay fans who've stuck around this week. More of the players getting their medals from WIAA.
Here's Harry Bartoloni, and here's the catcher on ball who didn't like the umpire's call, but I'll bet he liked the end result.
Yeah, he ended up smiling after all tonight.
And Volpe.
There's McIntyre, who came in to finish up the game, the final out.
What a future he's got. Cleanup hitter, and then picks up a save in the state title game. It's just a 9th grader.
Henry Triggs, one of the reserves. There's Eric Millia, he's a junior. Ian Gunn, who's a senior outfielder, will be up next, number 24, to receive his medal. And Jay Wolshinski and the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes to get their state championship trophy. There was Stephanie Hauser, the executive director, and there it is, the Blue Dukes, the champions of Division I. That trophy's a little heavier than you think when you first pick it up, but boy, what a feeling.
Blue Dukes fans were outnumbered by Hortonville, but they're still here and they're making noise. They got to witness history. Whitefish Bay, the Division I champ.
Well, first time we've had a 4-day format in the state baseball tournament, and we ended up right on schedule. So the celebration will continue all night long in Whitefish Bay. There's Ithaca. They won Division IV. Don't forget, next week, the girls' state soccer tournament will be Saturday in Milwaukee on Valley Sports, Wisconsin. There was St. Croix Falls celebrating Division III. Denmark winning its 3rd straight in Division II, and Whitefish Bay again in Division I. Thank you all for joining us. For our Great Rush Media crew, Bill Brophy, Jay Wilson, good night from Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute.